The FBI defines a serial killer as someone who's killed 3 times. I believe this kill might make number 3.
Levi Reed would make kill number 3 for me. He deserved to die.
Dexter Original Sin, Episode 6, The Joy of Killing. This is the episode where young Dexter officially becomes a serial killer, officially taking the life of his 3rd victim. To date, it has been one blunder after another for young Dexter. All of his adventures as an aspiring serial killer have ended in near disaster, and Nutjob Harry has been a key accomplice every step of the way. First up was Nurse Mary, the sadistic nurse who murders her patients. Nurse Mary is unique in that we got 2 different accounts of her murder, with some discrepancies. Originally, she was portrayed as an angel of mercy type administering overzealous pain management, but in Original Sin it is implied she targets those who cause their own bodies harm, smokers and alcoholics and junkies and the sort. She targets Harry, and in the original flashback, it was Harry who figured out what she was doing, urging Dexter to kill her based on what he suspected about her. But in Original Sin, Dexter was the one who did the heavy lifting and figured it all out, discovering the missing obituary, finding her trophy scrapbook, and stealing the solution she was injecting, where he ultimately discovers she is dosing her patients with potassium nitrate, normally harmless on its own, but potentially dangerous with prolonged exposure. Dexter is the one who explains her MO to Harry, and Harry then has Dexter kill her. After Dexter does the deed, he decides it's a good idea to keep her earrings as a trophy while dumping her body into gator-infested water. Deb winds up stealing the darn earrings like a thief in the night. She tries to pawn them off and instead gives them to her friend Sophia. Harry is horrified at the discovery that Dexter kept the trophy, which creates an evidence trail and violates rule number 1 of his sacred code. Harry tells Dexter in no uncertain terms to remedy the situation, which he in turn delegates to Deb, and her master plan is to have Dex buy new earrings for Sophia and become her boyfriend. While all this is playing out, Harry gives Dexter permission to kill the next fella he had been looking into who fit the code, Tony Ferrer. Tony was a 2-bit loan shark who enjoyed himself some highlight. Dexter approached him with a fake ID to get him to loan him some money. When Dexter is supposed to pay him back, he deliberately loses a pool game, and Tony threatens him with a warning shot. Dex collects the bullet and matches it to the crimes Batista had tipped him off to, which is what initially put Ferrer on Dexter's radar. Harry puts forth a feeble objection to the plan, but quickly changes his mind and gives Dexter his approval, warning no more trophies. After Dexter did the deed, he got rid of the body in the same gator-infested water, and he also got rid of his trophies from Nurse Mary, but the darn arm wouldn't stay underneath the water. Mad Dog was intended to be Dexter's 3rd victim. Mad Dog was a supposedly retired hitman with mob connections who was rumored to have killed 200 people during his long and illustrious career as a hired gun. Amazingly, Harry decides it's a good idea to have Dexter look into him, despite the fact that Dexter already blundered with the earrings, and unbeknownst to both of them, Ferrer's arm went afloat. Dexter figures out the shredded photo was a state witness on a RICO case that went to court the following week. Dexter deduces that this is Mad Dog's next victim, and he tries to convince Harry. Harry initially resists, claiming Mad Dog was too advanced. But amazingly, Dexter gets him to agree, where once again, methinks Nutjob Harry doth protest too much. Once again, Dexter's inexperience was on full display. After smashing Mad Dog over the head with a guitar, Mad Dog came to and fought back just as Dexter was removing his shorts. Mad Dog puts up one hell of a fight, and he escapes Dexter and runs away. And he's running down the street in his underwear with Dexter running after him. But the chase ends in disaster as Mad Dog gets run down by a car. Ultimately, Mad Dog died. The driver never saw anything, and Dexter was off the hook. Mad Dog was no doubt an indirect victim of Dexter, but after doing all that legwork and preparation, poor Dexter never got the climax of the kill. Harry is so horrified over the ordeal that he shuts down the whole damn operation. Finally, we have Levi Reed, a home invader who murdered 8 people, including children. Harry botched the case and everything fell apart when he took the stand because he ignored the now cleaned up good faith alibi in brandy. Harry drinks to the point that he wants to go all vigilante and eliminate Reed on his own. But it was at this moment that Dexter debuted with the M99 in an effort to prove to Harry that he will consider all possibilities. Harry is mighty impressed and gives Dexter his blessing to take out Reed on his behalf, even suggesting that he add smelling salts into his routine. So Dexter officially makes use of the M99 on an actual victim for the first time, and in doing the deed, Dexter officially became a serial killer. As Dexter is driving to get rid of the body, his inner monologue brags that he found the perfect place to dump the bodies. A moment later, it's a crime scene. Not only does Dexter have the body of Levi Reed in his vehicle, but that darn arm from Ferrer and the earrings from Nurse Mary could conceivably link all 3 of Dexter's official victims to date. We know Dexter didn't learn a damn thing from the Nurse Mary fiasco, because we know he keeps a massive collection of blood slide trophies in the future. Dexter did learn his lesson from Mad Dog with the new M99 smelling salts combo. We also know Dexter eventually learns a lesson about dumping bodies with Slice of Life in his Bay Harbor spot, where perhaps he took a page from Mad Dog's book with the boat. But we also know that this was another, quote, perfect spot that wasn't so perfect after all when the FBI sent Agent Rockstar Lundy onto the scene. With the great abundance of blunders, it's amazing that Dexter ever became such a prolific serial killer. Slowly but surely, however, a raw and unrefined Dexter is quickly perfecting his craft and growing and evolving as a serial killer. As all of this is going on, in the flashback timeline, we know we're getting close to the point where Hector Estrada slaughters Laura Moser in the shipping yard. Interestingly enough, this corresponds with the birth of Deborah. You would think after the tragedy that took his son, that Harry would be eager to become father to his own biological child. But we already know he is not a great father to Deb, and that most of his attention is directed toward molding his adopted son Dexter into the perfect serial killer. Harry doesn't seem to care all that much for his own daughter the way you'd think he should, which circles back to Doris telling him to end his affair that she's known about for a while. It feels like we're building up to some big twist revelation regarding Harry, perhaps involving Laura's murder, perhaps even involving Brian Moser. Speaking of Deb, her relationship with Geo has potential to go somewhere, itself giving off vibes not entirely unlike that of her engagement to the ice truck killer. Watching Dexter's reaction to Geo defending Deb's honor after a spilled drink was something. On that note, as a quick aside, I sure do love the Camilla character in the Dexter universe. And she is an interesting one to keep an eye on too, because she is closely connected to Harry, both in terms of his personal life, where she is a close friend of the family, and his professional life, where she knows a lot of his dirty little secrets, especially as they pertain to Dexter and his origin. Some type of twist is coming, and for better or worse, thus far the creators of Original Sin have kept the suspension alive, even with backstories like Laura Moser where we already know all of the broad strokes. As a final thought, Christina Milian is doing an absolutely amazing job as LaGuerta. Not only does she have an uncanny resemblance to the original actress, but she nails down the tone, mannerisms, and delivery to a T. Props to Molly Brown and Patrick Gibson on that front too. I'm quite impressed by the performances to date. It truly does feel like Dexter. What do you think so far? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful night.
She gives too much. Morphine. It's something else. It's making me worse.
She's drugging you. She's killing you by overdose.
You can tell.
She's killing you with high levels of potassium nitrate.
Just stop. Her. Stop her. What do you mean, stop her? It's time.
They're trophies. That's sick. Do everything the way we practiced. No shortcuts. And no fucking trophies. You really want to go after a professional hitman with decades of experience?
Who better to fit the code?
I can't say yes unless I have some proof.
Lie. What do you care? It was the job, I got it done. I did what I was hired to do.
Reyes is going to die unless I do what you train me to do.
He's a professional hitman, Dexter. You think you can beat Michael Jordan at one-on-one?
Who?
How did everything go with Mad Dog?
Everything went well. But he woke up a little early, and I just cut the ankle ropes to get his pants off.
Why were you taking his pants off? You let a half-naked man run screaming into the streets. I'm imagining that you were chasing after him.
Damn it, Dexter. There are consequences to everything you do in life. Lose control, become powerless, and it's over.
You didn't think through all the possibilities. You have to be in control, all right? If he woke up early, that is your fuck up. It's your responsibility. Smelling salts. So you don't have to wait as long when you get Levi Reed.
What the fuck?
Tonight, I become a bona fide serial killer.
Former home invasion killer, soon to be alligator food. At least I had settled on the perfect place to dump the bodies.
Authorities have located at least 30 bags so far, but around-the-clock salvage efforts are still underway.
It's an active crime scene.
There's cops everywhere.
What's your business out here?